When your cat sits across the room and stares directly at you, do you know what they're actually trying to say? Most people assume it means something simple. Maybe the cat wants food. Maybe it's bored. Or maybe it's just being strange the way cats sometimes are. But the truth is, a cat stare can mean something much deeper. In fact, the way your cat looks at you can reveal how they truly feel about you. And if you understand the difference between these types of stares, you can learn something most cat owners completely miss. Because sometimes that quiet stare is a warning. Sometimes it's curiosity. And sometimes it's one of the strongest signs of trust your cat can show. Let's start with the most common reason cats watch their owners so closely. Have you ever noticed your cat watching you while you move around the house? You stand up from the couch, they stare. You walk into another room, they follow you with their eyes. It can feel a little unsettling, like you're being silently judged. But what's actually happening is much simpler. Your cat is observing. Cats are natural hunters. Even though your cat lives in a comfortable home, their brain is still wired to monitor movement in their environment. In the wild, noticing motion could mean two things: food or danger. So cats instinctively track movement very carefully. And since you are one of the most active things in their environment, you naturally become something they watch. You are not being judged. You are simply the most interesting thing happening in their territory. This is why cats often stare most when you move, suddenly stand up, or walk into another room. Their brain automatically shifts into observation mode. But sometimes the stare isn't just about watching. Sometimes your cat is trying to get something from you. Sometimes your cat stares at you for a very direct reason. They want something. But unlike dogs, cats rarely demand attention loudly. They don't bark. They don't constantly paw at you. Instead, they communicate in quieter ways. One of those ways is simply staring. Your cat might sit across the room and look directly at you, not blinking, not moving, just waiting. To many people, this feels mysterious. But to your cat, it's actually a very clear message. They're trying to get your attention. This stare often happens when your cat wants something specific: food, play, a door open, or simply interaction. Many cats learn that staring at their owner eventually causes the human to respond. You might look back at them. You might talk to them. You might stand up. And once that connection happens, the cat has successfully gotten your attention. Over time, your cat learns that staring is an effective communication tool. But sometimes the stare is not about attention. Sometimes it's about expectation. If you're starting to recognize some of these behaviors in your own cat, take a moment to like the video and subscribe. Because understanding these small signals can completely change the relationship you have with your cat. And there are still a few reasons cats stare that most owners never realize. Cats are incredibly good at predicting routines. They learn patterns faster than most people realize. They know when breakfast usually happens. They know when you come home from work. They even know the sounds that come before certain events. The sound of a food container opening. The sound of a toy moving. The sound of you walking toward the kitchen. When your cat expects something important to happen, they often lock their eyes on the person most likely to make it happen. You. This kind of stare is very focused. Your cat might sit near the kitchen and watch you carefully, or stare at you while you work, waiting, because in their mind, the next step in the routine should be coming soon. Food, playtime, dinner. Cats rely heavily on predictable patterns to feel secure in their environment. So when they stare at you like this, they're not just watching, they're anticipating. But not every stare is about routines or attention. Sometimes it's something much more emotional. Cats are extremely observant animals. They notice things humans rarely pay attention to. The way you move, your tone of voice, your mood, even small changes in your daily habits. Some researchers believe cats constantly analyze human behavior in order to understand what will happen next. In other words, your cat may sometimes stare at you simply to read your signals. Are you about to leave the house? Are you about to sit down? Are you about to prepare food? Cats gather information by watching carefully. And since humans communicate very differently than cats, observation becomes one of the main ways they understand us. So when your cat sits quietly and watches you, they may simply be studying your behavior, trying to predict what happens next. But there is one type of stare that means something very different from curiosity or expectation. And most people misunderstand it completely. At the beginning of the video, I mentioned that one type of stare reveals something much deeper. This is it, the slow blink. Sometimes when a cat looks at you, their eyes slowly narrow. They blink slowly, almost like they're squinting. Then they look relaxed. Many people think this means the cat is sleepy, but behaviorists see it very differently. In the animal world, direct eye contact can be threatening. Predators stare before attacking. Animals preparing to defend themselves lock their eyes onto a target. So when a cat softens their gaze and slowly blinks, they are doing something important. They are showing that they feel safe. A slow blink means your cat does not see you as a threat. In fact, many experts believe the slow blink is one of the clearest ways cats show trust. Some studies have even found that cats respond positively when humans slowly blink back at them. When you return the slow blink, your cat may approach you or relax even more. It's a quiet form of communication, a moment where both of you are saying the same thing without words. I trust you. For an animal that evolved to be cautious and alert, that level of trust is extremely meaningful. Conclusion, Kettuk Kamsuk. Cats may not speak our language, but they are constantly communicating with us through body language, through subtle movements, and sometimes through something as simple as a quiet stare from across the room. The next time your cat looks at you like that, remember, they might be curious. They might be waiting for dinner. They might be studying what you're about to do next, or they might be doing something much more important. They might be showing you that they feel safe with you. If your cat has ever stared at you like this, let us know in the comments. And if you want to understand your cat on a deeper level, make sure to subscribe for more videos like this.